First off, I want to say that I do wish I was in front of the camera right now because I feel like if I was in front of the camera, I would be able to express my emotions more and you'd be able to see it all on my face. But unfortunately, I still do not have a webcam. I will work on getting a webcam soon because I am streaming more and I would like to have my face on that. So, yeah. But anyway, this is a part two. Consider this a part two anyway for the previous part where I said I was stepping down, or other words, taking a hiatus away from YouTube. But I think I wanna address things a little more. So first off, why the sudden change in what I was doing? Well, at first I mentioned how, oh, I'm sick of doing Let's Plays because they're not getting me anywhere and I never put myself as a Let's Player. But then I come back and say, I come like a month later and say, oh, these videos aren't working out either. And to me, they aren't. Okay, I try, the ideas come in, and I try to execute them, and it feels like I just execute them poorly, and I'm just not enjoying it. I am not enjoying making the videos that I thought I wanted to make, you know? I keep coming up with new ideas, I keep trying them out, and they don't work out. And it is frustrating, you know? The ideas are only as good as the execution. Like, honestly, I cannot believe that have tried so many things and I just cannot get a hold of things. I think I'm probably the only YouTuber on this entire platform that has come across such a thing. And I realize it. I take it I do try to take it more seriously with how I, make videos and whatnot. So, yeah. But one thing I wanted to also address with this is kind of just saying where I came from in terms of this stuff. I want to go through all the bad things, the dark ages. Well, not those dark ages where I had no internet and no video games. I mean the dark ages where I was just an asshole I was a cocky asshole who thought I could just get away with anything and that'll somehow get me famous. Yeah, it was back in 2012, 2013 slash 2014, I should also say. I was making videos. I was telling people about my videos. I said, hey, I'm an underrated YouTuber. You should come check me out. And they would, and I mentioned this in my revision videos where they would come by, just leave nasty comments and then leave. They'd watch the video, of course, but they would also say, oh, your video is a piece of shit, you're a attention whore. And I was. I tried playing the guilt card, and look how that turned out. It just came right back at my face. I just could not get a grasp for things back then, and I was I did take a lot of their comments seriously. I let it bother me, and what's worse is that when I started out, it just felt like I left a mark on there that I've just been trying to erase by trying to get better and better. Like I feel like if I were to would have if I feel like if I would have taken the time and done the research on the using the software and watching other Let's Players, how they do it, I could have turned out much better. Hell, I think I would be at 1,000 subs by now if I would have just taken the time and figure out how to do it more properly. Like basically, if I had the skill like I do right now, then I could have easily picked up a lot of subs back then. But because of the way I couldn't get a grasp of things, and I just kept making videos, and they were all bad, and more and more more and more views. More and more people just left. I kept getting less and less views every video. I think people were trying to give me a chance, but they couldn't. And I wish that those people would come back now to see how much I evolved. So there's that. But there's also one other thing I want to talk about. It is on Twitter. It's about Twitter. My friend Table Flipper showed me Twitter in 2012, late 2012, early 2013, I think. I used it at school because, again, no internet. I used it at school, and I message, I'm like, oh, I can use this to talk to other YouTubers, cool. And I thought that was neat because now I can actually maybe get some advice and whatnot from them. So I message him, and I see one YouTuber post this and I reply, oh, it looks like this, and she says, well, it does look like the prototype from this Sonic game, and it's just like, she actually replied. I'll say her name, Tamashi Haruka, and that's going to be a bit important later. So as time went on, that's all I was doing. Instead of just trying to make my own posts, I just kept messaging other YouTubers. I just kept tweeting them. I said, hey, how are you? And of course, a lot of them were very busy with not only their life, their YouTuber life, and their other subs. But they just could not reply to me like most of the time, and I understand. And you know what? As time went on, and I kept messaging these guys and not get an answer, I think it just frustrated me. I think it built up rage, anger. Well, okay, this is the same thing. Let's admit, but also a part of me started becoming jealous because they had all these people to talk to. And this is one thing I miss from my early Twitter days, is that I had a lot of people to talk to, and a lot of them are just gone now. They left Twitter. I was jealous that they had all these people to talk to, and I had nobody. Nobody was there to really like understand what I was trying to do on YouTube. It felt like nobody cared. So as a result, I just acted like a dick towards them. I just started barging in on their conversations. Like there's this one YouTuber named Balrog who was having a discussion with, and no, I'm not afraid to say any names out there because I am no longer ashamed. I am no longer ashamed. He was having a discussion with all his friends from the Hidden Block, and I said the most cringiest, most fucking awful, not awful, but just, okay, hear me out. I can't really describe it with words. Hey guys, how are you doing? And then they ignore me because they think I'm just barging on the conversation, so they just ignore me. Like on any social media, you could just ignore any messages. But then they keep talking, and a couple messages later, I'm like, you're probably wondering, who the fuck is this guy? And it's just like, yeah, they wonder who the fuck are you? Why are you barging in on the conversation? I swear, if I had a time machine, I would go back in time and beat myself up for doing such things. That is awful. And as a result, their conversation just kind of faded away, and one of them blocked me. Well, for a while anyway. I eventually, I didn't want to be connected to that drama anymore on Twitter, so I deleted my old account and made a new one. Yeah, but there's also something else I would like to admit. I was talking to a YouTuber. I talked to a YouTuber who I really admire, not in that way, Don't get me wrong. She's a really nice lady. Her name is Tamashi Haruka, and she's a Pokemon YouTube channel. In case you didn't know, I was talking to her on Twitter a bunch. I tried talking to her the most because I really admired her YouTube videos. And and as frustration and jealousy was built, she posted a some kind of donation thing where you can donate to this cause because there was this flooding event in some city. I think this was 4 years ago, and I have terrible memory. So it was one of those donation charitable things to donate because this disaster has ruined people's homes and their lives. So now you can donate to help them out. It was one of those things. So she posts this, and I'm like, oh gee, how could I fuck around with this? So I start putting a bunch of racial slurs, like actual racial slurs, and other miscellaneous things. I send it back to her, but on my alternate account because I had one back then. I mean, I still kind of do, but I don't really use it. I posted it to her, and of course immediately she blocks me. And she makes an announcement saying, this kind of stuff right here is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is despicable. And on my normal account, I say, well, maybe he's taking it in his own way. And I think she figured out that I was the same person, so she now has blocked my main account. And when I made my new account, I tried following her again, and I think she still remembered who I was, so she blocked me again. And honestly, I could honestly make a new account again if I wanted to, but I have worked so hard for the people, the followers. Well, no, not really, but I have a decent amount of followers on Twitter, well, decent to me at least, and I just don't want to have to restart again. I'd rather try to settle things down the way they are than have to keep making new accounts every time she figures out who I am. I think she might just hate my guts by now, but if I want to make things right. I want to apologize, but it's hard to do when you're blocked. So, yeah. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because I want to leave. I want to say that out loud, so I can leave it in the past, so I don't have any ties behind me. Because imagine if I all of a sudden reach 1,000 subs, and somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I know who this guy is. He did this," and people are like, "How could you not admit to that? How could you?" How could you do that? You should be ashamed of yourself. You see, I want to say it out loud so I don't have to be exposed later. Yeah, pretty much. And I think that's all I really wanted to say. Saying how trying to make videos but with good ideas but with bad execution is frustrating me. Saying how I played the pity card when I started out, and also telling about how on Twitter I was jealous of other YouTubers. I just really wanted to let all this out. So if you're listening, thanks. And I will try to stream on Twitch today if I feel better. You can't tell it now, but I'm pretty sick, so yeah. This was a 12-minute video, but imagine streaming for like 2-3 hours. Yeah. Alright. See you later.